Back again, because I like the sound of my own voice. TT, deploy DraxxKraven. Ah, foreshadowing the pre-punched card. TT, deploy Alchemitor. And previewing the punch to Zynex. Why is the floor shaking? Are you dropping more stuff in my house? Yes, 2 more large gizmos. Sweet. What is with all these big contraptions? If I had to guess, they appear to facilitate a sort of system involving punch card-based alchemy? Huh? To what end? I mean, what are we supposed to be doing in this game? That remains to be seen. Maybe you should go investigate. John, get PDA. Serious business. The following matters have been submitted in a frank and forthright manner for Pipefan 413's judicious appraisal. Grace Slack 66 on 1724. Okay, let's start at the bottom. Grace Slack 66 at 1721. Need counsel on removing coffee from necktie. Incident occurred 45 seconds ago. Beverage essence is rapidly settling into fabric. 1722. Too busy for this. Please elaborate on incident. Grace Slack 66, 1722. Was posturing unevenly to reach for hat on wall hook. Tip of tie slipped in open mouth of pot. Duration of dunk approximately 3 seconds. Office Urchin 1280, 1723. Photographic documentation of incident. Well-pressed attire, 1723. Use ballpoint pen to roll up tip of cloth. Extract pen. Press rolled cloth against ceramic surface, e.g. restroom sink. In future, consider repositioning hat hook and or coffee pot. Grace Slack 66, 1724. Decided to return home for fresh tie. Soiled tie will be laundered immediately upon return. You grab the PDA, switching back to stack mode so it's readily accessible. The interface is oddly sterile, no hilarious clown wallpapers or anything like that. Oops, you mean Harlequin wallpapers. The serious business application is open. It seems your dad uses it to keep tabs on various acquaintances, his fellow street performers, maybe? You guess the performing arts must be pretty serious business after all. John, install Pester Chum. This should be useful. Now you can keep tabs on your chums while you wander around the house. John, go out to the balcony. Serious business system. Got it. Hey, I'm out on the balcony now. I'm messaging from my dad's PDA. The one you threw into the yard? No, I am telling you. It jumped out of my Celodex like a frightened weasel. What were you doing with it in the first place? I'm not sensing a lot of regard for the personal property of others. Is this how your pent-up frustration with your father manifests itself? What? No. Those are all accidents. Please take your psychobabblery elsewhere, miss. Your bathroom is a mess. Did you do that too? Oh man, see, this isn't cool. Stop snooping, all this snooping nonsense. There's a cake in the toilet. Yes, there is. I'm tempted to clean it up for you. Okay, if that will satisfy your weird OCD complex, then go ahead. My obsessive compulsive disorder complex? Can a disorder also be a complex? In your case, probably. Sounds complicated. Anyway, I'm gonna have a look at this enormous platformy thing you put on my balcony. You have no idea what to do with this thing. You can't find any controls for it. Having exhausted all other possibilities, you just decide to stand on it. This isn't very cautious of you, actually. John, look through the telescope. It's clear sunny day, nothing out of the ordinary to report, at least not beyond the walls of your own home. TT, grab the soiled toilet. Whoops. Whoops, what? What was that noise? Is this something I should go investigate? No, I have it under control. You can keep playing with your telescope. I think I can patch it up. Just give me a little space. Why don't you have a look at the DraxxKraven? The what? The thing I put in your living room. John, hop down the hole. You jump down to the utility room. John, get the sledgehammer and a card. You take the sledgehammer and the capsule lock card, combine the two, and quickly apply it to your strife specipus. You think it's cool that things don't always have to be a federal fucking issue. It looks like another one of your chums is pestering you in your PDA. John, answer your chum. John, did you get my package? Oh, hey, no, not yet. Darn, are you sure? It was in a green box? Oh, yes, but it's in my dad's car, and he's still out of the store. He should be back soon. Great. So what are you going to do? What are you up to today? I'm up to my neck in this spurb stuff. TT's making a royal mess of my house. Lol, what's spurb? Oh, it's this game? It's okay, I guess. I'm still figuring it out. Whoa, what was that? What was what? There was a loud noise outside my house. It sounded like an explosion. Wow, really? I will go outside and look. Oh man, alright, but be careful, okay? I will. John, might as well check out that DraxxKraven. Oh, hell no. You put this thing in front of the door? There's a door there? Yeah. Well, I didn't see it. I just thought it fit nicely into that groove. You mean you thought it was elegant? Okay, well, what do I do with this thing? Hello? What are you up there? What are you doing up there now? Oh, fuck. John, examine the wheel on the Crux-Shooter. When you turn the wheel, something seems to be pushing up from underneath the lid, but you aren't strong enough to make the lid come off. TT, put bathtub in driveway. On the tub's journey to the driveway, the connection is interrupted. John, scold TT. You can see me, right? Tell me what's wrong with this picture. Sorry, I keep losing my wireless signal. Must be the weather. I would look for a stronger signal in another part of the house, but I'd rather not risk an encounter with my mother. I battled through the cloud of gin and derision once already this evening. Yeah, I hear you. Yes, cake, gestures, unfaltering love and support. Quite a road to hoe there, though I suppose I'm complicit for not informing social services about your situation. I know. What about going outside? Maybe you could catch a neighbor's signal. That presents the same problem. Also, it's raining, remember? And dark? It's dark already? Yes, the sun has already had its way with us here on the East Coast. Its lurid glare has moved on to younger time zones. Okay. John, hit the Crux-Shooter with a sledgehammer. Need some help? Bonk. Oh, that thing's a pain in the eyes. What is this thing? And what's the clock counting down to? I've been looking at the GameFAQ walkthroughs to figure some of this stuff out. Hold while I read further. Okay. All of these walkthroughs are extremely short. None progress much further than this point. Weird. Well, I mean, it is a new game. True. Now that the lid is off, you will need to extrude some Cruxite. Turn the wheel again. You get extrude 1 Cruxite dowel. Get the Cruxite. I feel like we should be hurrying. That countdown is making me nervous. John? Oh, your PDA is trapped under the Cruxite now, isn't it? Anyway, it looks like you're going to need this card, too. TT, deploy pre-punched card. John, get card. A shard of glass is expelled from the deck and maims the Harlequin doll. John, capture log fanciful Harlequins. You take 2 fanciful Harlequins. The additional useless freight pushes your PDA to your last card. You then switch to the Q mode so you can access the PDA. More glass shrapnel flies from the deck. This thing keeps following me around. I think it's trying to talk to me or something. That's probably the kernel sprite. It apparently needs to be prototyped. Twice, actually. Whatever the hell that means. These walkthroughs are horrendously written. Okay. Well, you're the one with the cursor, so just do whatever you think is right thing to do. Also, fix my bathroom. TT, dropped maimed Harlequin into kernel sprite. So it begins. The kernel sprite has been prototyped with the Harlequin doll. Exclusively communicating in fleur-de-lis. I still can't understand what this thing's gobbledygook. That was only Tier 1 prototyping. There is still another tier to the prototyping process, which, for all we know, merely advances this entity through increasingly esoteric states of linguistics. The clock is ticking. We don't have time for this asinine tomfoolery. This unmitigated poppycock? Extravagant hogwash. Okay, stop. Stop typing whatever silly thing you're typing. I'm going upstairs to do the big platformy thing. The alchemeter? Try to learn the lingo. John, use the pre-punch card with the alchemeter. There's no slot for a card here anywhere to be found on the alchemeter. The kernel sprite followed you upstairs. TT, explore Athenium. Acquiring a Cruxite dowel seems to have populated the Athenium with one item, a perfectly generic object. John, capture log your telescope. You snatch the telescope from its tripod. Who knows, it might be useful, but more importantly, it pushes the Cruxite to the last card, making it available for tinkering. The PDA is predictably jettisoned into the yard over the neighbor's fence. John, put Cruxite on weird pattern on alchemeter. You place the Cruxite dowel on the alchemeter's small pedestal. Something's happening. You set the alchemeter to cast 3 perfectly generic objects for some reason, expending a total of 6 units of build grist. These things look completely useless. What a waste. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice there's something in the sky. John, switch modus and use telescope to inspect sky. You switch back to the stack modus and get a closer look with your telescope. Whatever it is, the kernel sprite seems particularly agitated about it. 310. counting down. You're no astronomer, but its trajectory looks suspiciously head-on with your current perspective. This is a troubling development. John, high-five Colonel Sprite. Yeah, you figure you left him hanging long enough. John, attempt to ingest a unit of build grist. It is tempting because they strongly resemble rockin' blue raspberry gushers. However, units of build grist are a gaming abstraction and do not seem to exist on the physical plane. There is apparently no crisis so imminent that will deter you from contemplating idiotic and frivolous actions. Your dad is getting home. John, what did you do with your PDA this time? I'm working on the bathroom, but we're running low on build grist. TT, revised bathroom. John, run to your room and contact TT through Pester Chum. 2 chums have been trying to message you. John, answer your chums. I'm working in the bathroom, but we're running low on build grist. Oh man, who cares about the bathroom? Now there's a meteor headed for my house. I see. Do you suppose that has anything to do with the game? I don't know. Maybe? What do I do? I think it's very likely. The walkthroughs vaguely suggest an impending threat before they end. The already poorly constructed sentences become even more curt and ambiguous, as if written hastily and with a sense of alarm. Actually, their dedication to updating the walkthrough under such circumstances is admirable. Wow, fascinating. If the meteor is a game construct... Wow, fascinating! If the meteor is a game construct, I think the only thing to do is to proceed and try to solve the dilemma on the game's terms. Try using the lathe. It says you can use the card on it, but isn't more specific than that. Okay, I'll do that. Really, it is a labor to read this drivel. If I read any more, my brain will need to be spoon-fed from a jar, while it blows spit bubbles in a high chair. I think I'll write my own walkthrough. That is, after we make sure you don't die. Turntech Godhead began pestering ectobiologist at 1734. I heard you got the box. I hope you appreciate my heroic fatherly perseverance in getting it to you. In my rough and tumble, dirty wife-beaterly sort of way. Also, I hope you appreciate how many no-talent douches had their mitts on that bunny before you. It's like a grubby baton in some huge douchebag marathon. Hey, where are you? Oh man, the bunny was awesome, but I don't have time to talk. I'm playing Spurb and it's kind of a nightmare. TT's breaking everything in my house. Dude, I told you to steer clear of that game. And for that matter, you should probably wash your hands of flighty broads and their snarky horseshit altogether. And now there's a meteor coming, and I'm not even joking about that. It's like a big asteroid or comet or something in the sky, headed right for my house. Oh man, how big is it? I don't know. Big, I guess. I gotta go. We'll talk later if I'm still alive and the Earth isn't blown up. Like the size of Texas or just Rhode Island? They're always throwing around these geographical comparisons to give us some sense of scale, like it really means anything to us. But it's like, it doesn't matter. It's always just like, wow, that's pretty fucking big. Like, Mr. President, there's a meteor coming, sir. Oh yeah, how big is it? It's the size of Texas, sir. Oh shit. Or how big is it? It's the size of New York City, sir. Oh shit. Sir, I'm afraid the comet's the size of your mom's dick. Oh snap. Sir, are you familiar with Jupiter? You mean like the planet? Yeah, well, it's like that big, sir. That sounds pretty big. I have a question. Is it Jupiter? Yes, sir. Earth is literally under siege by planet fucking Jupiter. Oh, shit. Anyway, later. My throat hurts, so I'm gonna stop.